I would add some matte patches into the mud. It looks too shiny. I could just add some varnish on top of it, I guess. Yeah, the Citadel paints are sometimes a little bit too shiny. Yeah, I don't really mind it though, because we are like surrounded by water, right? So it's like not the end of the world. A little bit more green. Some green in the boils erupting from the horse's flesh. I'm really happy with the boils. I think the boils are good. I'm not gonna touch the boils anymore because I'm scared I'm gonna fuck them up. It's a good idea, but I'm really happy with how tiny these are. I feel like if I add like texture paints to it, I'm probably gonna regret it. I've thought about it too though. But I think that may be some of the nicest stuff I've painted. Like, I don't know how obvious it is on stream, but it's, maybe the brightness is a bit high on the camera. There we go. Yeah. I have it happen to you all the time. Yeah, fair. I sometimes have a tendency to go a bit too far with weathering in particular. I feel like I probably should do less rather than more, usually. But, I don't know. He says while dabbing Nurgle's rot all over the miniature. Again. Sons of Behemoth or Nurgle, those are very different. Sons of Behemoth, like Spearhead is like 3 units, isn't it? Like 3 giant looking things. Okay, how about the mushrooms now? For those of you that said the mushrooms were too bright earlier. This is better, right? Yeah, I think that's better. They're a little bit less comical now. Yeah, fits much better. What color is the base trim? It's black. Just Abaddon black. I've painted everything in Abaddon black. I don't really use Abaddon black for actual painting anymore, but I'm using up the bottle for the rims. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep the rim black. Yes, sir. There are a bunch of maggots all around the mini. I would like to maybe add a tiny little fix over here on some of the cloth. Glaze over some of these slightly patchy areas. Just a bit. Okay. The Peters are fixed, and the self-checkouts are twice as fast as shot. And really, I'm the program. They fixed the AI in Supermarket Sim. Huge. A little bit of manual edge highlighting. Some of the brightest rocks. Get rid of some of that dry brushing texture. Okay. There we go. Just in the brightest spots, you know, like places where naturally the light would catch. And places that happen to also be relatively easy to paint. So I don't really feel like going in too crazy here, but what's going on, Echo? We are almost done, dude. Honestly, it's already finished, I think. I'm just adding some absolute final highlights on the base. A lot of sharp edges over here, though. Makes it pretty straightforward to highlight. Yeah, it is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Anything else? Nice to have a little bit of light over here too, even though the light wouldn't catch there. The mini does look great. Thank you, Rosa. I've been trying my best. I think this is the tidiest I've painted anything so far. It's not the most impressive mini, right? Because it's just a guy on a horse. But I do think it's one of the coolest sculpts. I can't really explain exactly why. But it really is a nice mini to paint. This brush is a little too big for this. Some of these areas my dry brush did not quite reach. Because there was a guy on a horse in the way. Very annoying. You love your Imperial Knights, but unless you go through and add battle damage yourself manually to their armor, there's not a whole lot of detail you can get into them. Right. Yeah, I know a lot of people airbrush those guys, right? I've never actually painted like a machine type of thing, never like a vehicle. I bought a Horus Heresy Leviathan Dreadnought that I do want to paint on stream as well in the near future. I think that'd be really fun. But I want to try and use the airbrush for that quite a bit, and I'm an absolute noob when it comes to airbrushing. So we'll have to figure that out, but I think it will be fun to give a shot. And that one's not that big. Like there are some really, like the Knights, even the Reavers, I guess, like they're so large that I can imagine like if you have these massive wide open like panels, that can become kind of boring sometimes maybe. Like you have to have a plan for how you're gonna fill that void. Decals, I guess, can go a pretty long way, but yeah. Although adding battle damage to those things gotta be really fun as well. But it depends, I guess, on what sort of knight you want to make, right? The Imperial Knights in general, in my mind, are a bit cleaner than the Chaos ones. So maybe adding a ton of battle damage to them doesn't make a ton of sense. I mean, maybe not. Could still do it. Okay, guys. I think it's time to put the brush down. I think this is the final miniature. Yeah. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Maybe lower the brightness a little bit on the light. You see some more of the detail. Just in time for Golden Demon. What's up, Nolan?
Good morning, team at Lowko TV and chat. The horsey looks amazing.
Thank you, dude. I don't think I would rate very highly in Golden Demon. But I am happy with how this turned out, yeah. Definitely yeah, I think in my mind the nicest thing I've painted. I've been taking quite a bit of time on this. I think overall it's been a pretty smooth process. Like, I haven't spent hours and hours and hours fixing loads of mistakes, which generally I tend to do. But this one has been, yeah, relatively smooth sailing. Yeah, GG. I'm gonna spend some time as well taking pictures of this guy sometime this week. I'll post some as well on socials and whatnot. It's gonna be fun.